I'm working so hard, I'm doing all this, I'm doing all that, oh my gosh, you know, I'm doing everything I can to lose weight. Why am I not losing weight? Well, how are you eating? Yes, sir! What's good, y'all? It's Jay, and today I'm going to be telling you guys the top 3 things that you need to achieve your fitness goals, all right? I ain't going to waste no time. Let's get right into it. Number 1, consistency. This is probably the biggest thing that you're going to need the entire time throughout your fitness journey, right? So if you're working out, you started your fitness journey, but you're not consistent, I can promise you one thing: you will never see results. You will not see anything at all. You need to be working out at the bare minimum at least 3 times a week, guys. If you're not working out 3 times a week at bare minimum, you're not gonna see anything. You're not gonna see any growth. One thing I'll tell you, every fitness influencer, every person that's not an influencer that you see in your gym that's in tremendous shape, that's extremely strong, that's extremely lean, whatever the case may be, whatever you want, they are consistent with what they do. You have to be consistent with what you do. You gotta be in there multiple times a week, 3 times a week minimum. I would say 5 to 6 times a week max. You still wanna have your rest days in there, because when you break your muscles down, you gotta give them a chance to recover, right? So you gotta give your muscles a chance to recover, so that's important too. But the bare minimum 3 times a week, max 5 to 6. I like maybe 5 max. Consistency is gonna take you extremely far. It's gonna take you extremely far. It's about not just starting your workout journey today and being like, you know what, I'm gonna work out hard for this first week or this first 2 weeks or this first month. You know what I'm saying? It's about doing it this first week, doing it the next week, doing it consistently throughout the weeks and months and years, and it just keeps going. It doesn't stop. So don't just think, you know, you're gonna do it here and there and then just get where you want and stop. There's always more to achieve. You're always gonna want more. You're always gonna see that you could do better. So constantly do better. Don't stop going to the gym. Don't stop doing your workouts, and do not be inconsistent. Don't do one workout this week and then none next week, and then come back 2 days the next week and then none again the next week, or 1 day and then 2 days, and then just keep switching it up. You're never gonna get where you want. In order for you to grow, I guarantee you, I promise you, you need to be consistent. So please, guys, be consistent. Number 2, intensity. Guys, a lot of people who understand that you need to be consistent in the gym, right? So they are in there the 3, 4, 5 times a week, and that's great. It's great that you're showing up, putting in the time and the effort. But one thing a lot of people lack is intensity, right? So a lot of people will come to the gym and they'll do their workouts and they'll be doing it like a cakewalk. It'll be nothing. They'll do it like a cakewalk. It's super easy, you know. They hear the classic, you know, 8 to 12, 6 to 12, 10 to 12 reps, whatever, right? And they'll take whatever weight they want to do it at. That's very easy for them to do. And they'll complete those 12 reps. They'll do it. They're nice and chill. They'll rest, be on their phone, whatever. All right, I'm done with my phone. Go back to another 12 reps. But it's not stressing their body at all. It's not challenging them at all. They're not pushing themselves, right? If you're not pushing yourself, you're not breaking down your muscle fibers. You need to break down your muscle fibers so you could break them in the gym and they can be repaired when you're at rest and recovery. If you're not doing anything to stress out your muscles, if you're not doing anything that you haven't done before to make your muscles experience new growth, then you're not gonna get anywhere. So in that case, if you are consistent, but you're consistently not working out intensely, then you're not gonna get anywhere. You have to work out near or at failure. You have to, guys. You can't just be in there lifting the lightest weight if you're bench pressing. If you're doing 12 reps and it's easy, then you need to up that weight. You know what I'm saying? You need to do a weight where that 12 reps is really hard. Like, you don't feel like you could have done another 5 reps of it. If you did the 12 and you feel like, oh, I could have done another 5 of those, but 12 is my max right now, you know, that's the reps I'm supposed to do, so you just stop. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You need to do a weight where that 12 is like a real struggle. You push in slow motion, it's hard, you feel your muscles tensing, right? And you barely got it up. You barely got it up, but you did, right? So you need to work out intensely, as hard as you can with still having good form. If your form starts to break down, then don't go that intensely to where your form is breaking down to get to the 12. But if you got good form in the 12, but it was a challenging 12, and you know for a fact that you couldn't have done like 20 reps, you know what I'm saying? You don't think you couldn't have done 15 reps, then you good. If you know 12 was it, you would have maybe got 13, definitely not 14, then you good. But guys, do not come in the gym every day being being light with your workouts. Do not come in there not pushing yourself. Do not come in there not challenging yourself, but being consistent. Because if you have the consistency without the intensity, then I promise you, nothing is gonna change for you. And that's why a lot of people think, oh, I'm trying this workout program and nothing's happening. I'm trying this and nothing's happening. Why am I not growing? You're not growing because you're not doing anything to grow. You're not pushing yourself enough to grow. So seriously, guys, stop doing these baby workouts. Get serious about your routines. Number 3, nutrition. Guys, yo, if you want to build muscle, you need to make sure you're consuming the right amount of protein for you to build muscle, all right? That could be anywhere from 0.8 grams to 1 gram per pound of body weight. 1 gram per pound of body weight is like the higher end of it. That's like just a basic math equation that people give because it's easy to just transfer it to 1-to-1 ratio. 0.8 is cool too, but you need to focus on that protein intake, right? You need to focus on your nutrition. If you're trying to lose body fat, you need to be in a caloric deficit. You need to make sure you're consuming less calories than you're burning throughout the day if you want to lose fat. If you want to gain weight, you need to make sure you're consuming more calories than you're burning throughout the day. So you want to be in a caloric surplus, all right? If you want to build muscle, you want to make sure you're consuming those higher amounts of protein. You get what I'm saying? If you want to feel satiated while you're doing your cut, right, you're trying to lose your fat, then you also need to make sure you're consuming high amounts of protein, higher amounts of fruits and vegetables, because the protein is going to make you feel more satiated. In the fruits and vegetables, you can eat a ton of those without it being many calories, right? And on top of that, the protein is also going to spare your muscle. If you are trying to cut, if you are trying to lose fat, you need to retain as much muscle as possible. So you need to pay attention to these things. You can't just be like, all right, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna work out, but I'm gonna go home and just eat a bunch of Doritos. You know, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna eat a bunch of ice cream. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna eat a bunch of cookies. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta work out intensely 3 to 5 times a week, right? 3 times if you're a beginner, and then you have to go home for the rest of your day or go to work wherever you go and pay attention to your nutrition, pay attention to your protein, pay attention to all these things you need to, your calories, everything like that, your portion sizes on your plate, splitting your plates up between carbohydrates, proteins, and then the fruits and vegetables, changing the portion sizes of each part of your plate depending on what your goal is. You need your nutrition if you want your body to look a certain way. A lot of people come to the gym and go work out and they be like, oh, I'm working so hard, I'm doing all this, I'm doing all that, oh my gosh, you know, I'm doing everything I can to lose weight. Why am I not losing weight? Well, how are you eating? If you're doing everything you can to lose weight, all right, I see you in the gym working hard. You being consistent in the gym. You're working out intensely. But how are you eating when you go home, right? If you're working out crazy in here, are you still going home and consuming 3,000 calories? You still going home and consuming 3,500 calories? Are you in a caloric deficit? Are you consuming the right amount of protein to make yourself feel satiated so you don't overeat when you go home? Are you doing these things, or are you just working out and relying on that alone to get you to where you want to be? You can't get to where you want to be by just neglecting certain parts of the equation, all right, guys? So I'm telling you, you need these things for a fact. You need to make sure, 1, you're working out consistently 3 times a week, bare minimum. If you're a beginner, you can increase it to 4 or 5. If you're intermediate or advanced, even 6. But you still need the rest days. Intensity for every time that you do work out, you need to make sure you're working out hard and making sure it's challenging. And nutrition, you gotta pay attention to your nutrition. Don't just go in the gym working out by yourself with your trainer saying nothing's changing and you know good and well you go home every day eating like garbage. Don't do that. Make sure you have these 3 things covered every single day, all the time, or at least 85% of the time. You know, we can't be perfect, right? But make sure you have these things covered a big portion of the time, and you will see results in your fitness journey, I promise you. So if you did enjoy the video, guys, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Jay, and I'm out.